is our second speaker, another truly inspirational woman entrepreneur who is making a difference in so many women's lives, is Lioness Audrey Williams, owner, I'm getting hungry, of Khayelitsha Cookies. She'll be sharing with us why you and us equals we. The ethos behind the launch of You Cookie Company brand in South Africa. Lioness Audrey, over to you.
A roaring welcome to all the Lionesses, and what an incredible honor to talk to you today and share our story of hope and not giving up. The slogan that best describes my journey is summed up in the following quote: "The ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that do." Khayelitsha Cookies started in 2005 at the Ubuntu Training Center in Khayelitsha, where American Alicia Pollack trained up 2 previously unemployed women to hand bake and hand pack cookies in the Ubuntu Training Center. The ladies had to walk and sell these cookies that they baked in town and then buy more ingredients to train more people. And still till today, that is the true heart behind Khayelitsha Cookies and You Cookie Company. We create jobs through a registered business. In 2007, I joined the company. By then, they only employed 4 women, and we had a small little bakery in Maitland. And the very next year, my now fellow business partner and director, Eunice Noyabole, joined the tribe. It was tough growing this business, and most people would actually laugh and put the phone down when I called them to ask for an opportunity for a meeting, as no one knew of this brand called Khayelitsha Cookies. Then you add the fact in that I'm white and representing Khayelitsha Cookies into the mix, and you can see why people were skeptical. However, the passion God gave me and Eunice to upskill women out of the informal settlements who obtained no form of formal education, most of them cannot read, write, or speak English. And still till today, that passion remains the biggest asset in our business and the driving force behind everything that we do. With 1 out of every 4 children under the age of 5 dying in South African hospitals daily due to malnutrition, how can you continue to look the other way? I held a little dying baby in 2008, and suddenly she became a person, and the statistics became a reality in my life. And that is where I realized I need to change this country, one life at a time, one employee at a time, because every employee means 5 to 7 children do not form part of that statistics. She recovered, and she should be 13 years old right now. And yes, we truly believe in hand baking and hand packing, not mechanization. And unfortunately in South Africa, a lot of the funding through government is geared at mechanization, reducing jobs. And we're fighting the same fight in South Africa right now. Create jobs, people. That's what we need. In 2013, the directors called me to say the company is going to close down as we accumulated 2.5 million rand in losses. And by then we already employed 40 women. So I went back home and I prayed, and God gave me a confirmation verse in Leviticus 26, verse 10. And I offered these directors 1 rand for the business, took over 2.5 million rand debt, repayable over a 10-year time period. And yes, ladies, the business was worth 100,000 rand. So I paid 2.5 million rand for a business that was worth 100,000 rand. Why? We couldn't give up. I gave Eunice 21% shareholding because without her, I can't run this business. And the staff own a further 30% shareholding through a trust in the business. Yet I take 100% risk for this business. From day one, we turned this business around. Eunice implemented an incentive structure where the staff went home after they reached their stretch targets for the day, yet they got paid for the full day. We negotiated lower prices with suppliers on bulk purchasing, and before long, we were making 1% profits. And yes, people, we are still producing at 1% profit. 3 years later, I was involved in a terrible car accident, leaving me out of work for 3 years. My dad and Eunice stepped up and ran the business during my recovery period, and they won the most prestigious award during this time. We got awarded the best service delivery for supplier in South Africa. And yeah, I mean, what an amazing testimony to people just joining together and pulling together in passion. We faced huge losses again, and we steadily started clawing back. And then we had to relocate our facility in 2018 to house all of our processes under one roof and to comply with our international food safety accreditation to launch our Cookie company brand to the American market. By now, we employed 90 ladies. Literally 2 days after we relocated, our factory got flooded from the roof down, and we lost more than half of our equipment. The insurance companies refused to pay out as it was a building floor, and we're still in legal disputes trying to just obtain some of that money back to purchase more equipment. So yes, we've been running at less than half of our equipment for this last 2 years. And we literally ended up making losses again, which we clawed back. In February 2020, we breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, we were back at break-even point. And then lockdown struck. We lost 65% of our sales in the hospitality industry, as that's who we mostly supply. None of us realized it's going to be 7 months long. And we already baked orders in March to fulfill confirmed purchase orders to the hotels, which all got cancelled. So end of March, we were left with over 500,000 cookies that we baked and couldn't sell. We hustled like entrepreneurs and didn't sit down and just lick our wounds. As a business owner, I make decisions for 90 plus households, not just for me. We didn't retrench one person during lockdown. And in my staff's own words, don't cast any sheep out to the flock. If we suffer, we all suffer together. And boy, did we suffer with very much reduced salaries and the staff on short time and tours not paying out like they should. Every month we launched new products, and it was only due to long-standing relationships in the industry, which we were very blessed with. However, this was a far cry from the 65% that we lost. We negotiated a reduced rental agreement with our landlord through attorneys, and literally 2 weeks prior to the reduced rental agreement coming to an end, we got blindsided and a court martial arrived, writing up all of our assets for the so-called arrear rental amount bill. So another legal fight started. The same day we got notice of a court date, we were met with a bullet through our reception window as intimidation. So yes, we're receiving the outcome of a court case today. We were in court last week, and we're trusting for a fair outcome. After all of this, we realized we need to relocate. And no bank will afford us a loan to relocate because they only look at the last 6 months' bank statements. So we started a crowdfunding, and we're asking you to please share. Help us raise the money to relocate. So today, lionesses, you're looking at one tired lioness, one with physical scars to prove it. However, a lioness never hunts alone. She is always surrounded by fellow lionesses who help her hunt. We need you as fellow lionesses to step up and help this tired lioness today. I am fighting to keep jobs. I keep fighting to put food on tables and children not to go hungry. Fight with me today. Share our plea, share our story, buy from us online on www.kcco.co.za. And I want to leave you with 2 nuggets of wisdom. Relationships with your customers is your biggest asset. Under-promise and over-deliver. Letting a customer down once means no repeat orders. Passion is your success factor. Be the leader of new innovations, not a copycat. And last but not least, look after others in your journey. You had someone to help you to get your journey started. Look back and help others to get their journey to start. May you and your business continue to roll, and may you unite in the nation and rebuild the economy, one employee at a time. Have a roaring lioness week. Back to you, Hughie.
I told you, lionesses. Look, I told you. And that is what I'm talking about. It's never easy. And if that woman, that lioness, after everything that she's been through, can still have the power to give us such beautiful, inspirational advice, then we have no room to complain because we're not alone. So I'm so emotional. Lioness Audrey, thank you for being so truthful about your journey. It means the world to me. I don't know about the rest. I can't speak for anybody else. But thank you. Because you know what? There's always somebody who's struggling more than we are. And it's about lifting each other up in this journey. Thank you so much. Can we give her a big lioness roll, everybody? Are you happy you're here this morning? Didn't I tell you? It's magic. It's magic. I tell you, it's magic. Thank you, Lioness Audrey. And listen, that chat is exploding, Audrey. I don't know what you've just created, but that chat is just going crazy about you. So thank you so much. And we're here to support one another. Let me get my tissues. My goodness. I should have warned you all to bring tissues. But I'm still good. We still have great speakers ahead of us.